Welcome back to Close Up. This past week, new results from our latest WMUR Granite State poll came out, and there are a lot of interesting numbers to break down, including those from the hotly contested Senate race here in New Hampshire. Plus, what the most important issue is to Granite Staters. Here to take us through it all, the author of the polls, the man himself, Dr. Andy Smith of the UNH Survey Center.
Good to see you, Adam.
Thanks for being here. Let's start with Frank Ginta in the 1st Congressional District. It looks like he's still pretty much in hot water with those voters in the first CD over the campaign finance issues.
Ginta has not been able to shake that issue. His net favorability ratings are negative still. He is in a difficult position. He's got 47% unfavorable, and that's not, it's improved slightly over the last few months, but not much. And most importantly, we ask about the FEC investigation, whether or not people have heard about it. A lot of people have heard about it, and you still find about 23% of Republicans say they will definitely vote for some other candidate other than Ginta. And if you have a quarter of your own party saying they're not going to vote for you, you would be in a very, very difficult spot in a general election. So he has to barely make it through the primary.
So the question is then, who in the primary is looking good right now? We've got Rich Ashew, Pam Tucker, names that are known within New Hampshire politics, but they might need to introduce themselves to a wider cross-section.
Right. And I think that's one of the issues that we see throughout this poll, is that a lot of the candidates who are running are known to the political elites in the state, but not to the voters. And the voters have just spent 2 years being bombarded by the presidential primary here. And I think we're suffering a bit of primary hangover. And we don't want to think about politics, and we won't really get engaged in politics until much later in the summer. Both Rich Ashew and Pam Tucker are really unknown to the voters in the state, and it's going to take a lot of time and effort on their part to build their name recognition up to the point where they're in any kind of position to even win the primary in September.
On the Democratic side, just within the last couple of weeks, we've seen things go kind of nuclear between Carol Shea Porter and Sean O'Connor. Is that reflected yet in this poll at all, or are we?
Not really. Shea Porter's numbers, she's still better known than O'Connor. He is in the same position I think that Tucker and Ashew are in, that they're just not known. Carol Shea Porter's unfavorables are worse than her favorables now. So this is the kind of thing that you typically see, though, as you get towards an election. The people remember that you're not from the same party as they are, and they remember why they didn't like you.
Second CD, fairly vanilla right now. Annie Kuster above water with favorability.
Yes.
Her likely opponent still needs some work to do on name recognition.
Right. Ann Kuster has been really good at raising money, but not very good at being popular within her district. She's been able to win because the 2nd district is a more Democratic district than the 1st CD, but her favorability numbers are getting pretty good now. It's 36 favorable, 28% unfavorable, and her opponent right now, Jack Flanagan, is just unknown in that district, and he's got to do a tremendous amount to build that sort of name recognition that he'll need to be a credible candidate. And I think, unfortunately for him, he's going to need money to build that name recognition, and he's not going to be able to get much money unless he has more name recognition. So he's in kind of a vicious cycle there, a catch-22, just not well known enough to be able to attract the kind of DC money he's going to need to boost his campaign.
Right, he needs that attention, and unfortunately for him, all of the attention right now is on our marquee Senate matchup, U.S. Senate matchup here. What's the head-to-head look like between incumbent Kelly Ayotte and the challenger Maggie Hassan? This
race has been is a statistical tie for the last year. We're currently seeing Ayotte at 43%, Hassan at 42%, but that's a tie. Neither candidate has been able to build any sort of a lead. I think this race is going to go down to the wire. Both candidates are reasonably well known. Or actually, they're very well known, reasonably well liked, and I think their fortunes are going to depend in great part on what happens at the presidential level. We have seen that Ayotte has been hurt recently by her unwillingness and the Republican Party's unwillingness to hold hearings on Merrick Garland's nomination for the Supreme Court, and her unfavorables now are favorables at 41, unfavorable 38. Her net's +3. It was at +16 back in February. So her favorabilities have taken a hit, and if you look at the numbers further, we find that voters are really kind of punishing her for her party's stance on the Garland hearings.
You polled this question specifically, and people were clear in New Hampshire that they were preferential to having a hearing at least on the matter.
Right, they want to have a hearing, and if we ask people 60% say that the Senate should actually act and hold hearings on the nominee at least. 34% think that they should do what the Republicans want, which is wait till the next president is elected. But you know, it's an easier case for the Democrats to make that we should do what we normally do. The president nominates a candidate for the Supreme Court, and the Senate acts on that. And the Republicans' resistance to even holding hearings, I think, is rebounding against them, both here and in other states as well.
And looking at biggest issues for New Hampshire right now, we see drug abuse. 44% of people see that as the biggest issue in New Hampshire. That's up from 40% in February and 25% in October of last year. Jobs in the economy is second at 18%, with healthcare and education trailing at 4% each. But in this poll, drug abuse clearly a more pressing issue than all the other categories combined. Andy, what do you think about that?
A couple things are going on. First off, as the economy improves, it always drops off as the most important problem. When we all have jobs and our businesses are going well, we're less concerned about that. But the opioid crisis, the drug abuse crisis that's happened in New Hampshire and in other states is real, and we're seeing it in the paper regularly and routinely. We hear our politicians now responding to it, so that further makes it important in the news. And then finally, even the presidential candidates were talking about it. And it's not just New Hampshire, it's across the country. So it's not surprising that it is important, but it is fascinating to me that it's gone from essentially zero a year and a half, 2 years ago, up to 44%. And it looks like it's maybe slowing down in terms of its growth as the most important issue, but I think it will continue to be the most important issue, certainly through the elections in November.
That's still dominating. And speaking of dominating, in the presidential race, Donald Trump won big here in New Hampshire, but it looks like if New Hampshire, for a general election, there's a little bit of buyer's remorse perhaps there.
Donald's got some problems here when he moved to the general election, and it's fascinating that the two candidates that are most likely to win the nominations within their party are the least popular. So Donald Trump, only 21% of people in the state have a favorable opinion of him. 75% have an unfavorable opinion of him. That's going to be difficult for him to overcome. He was able to overcome similar numbers within the Republican primary itself, the Republican primary electorate, but he was speaking to other Republicans about Republican issues. Now he's got to convince Democrats and independents to come along to his side, and it's going to be tough for him to do that.
And Ted Cruz at 72% unfavorable. John Kasich above water, but facing a tougher road to the nomination. On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton, she's not as bad as those guys, but still not great for her either.
No, she's not popular either, and it's really going to be a mud fest, I think. You see Clinton at 38% favorable, 58% unfavorable. You know, these are not kind of numbers that you want. You want to be at least above water in your favorability ratings going into an election, which tells me that this is going to be an election that's dominated by negative campaigning, because typically what happens in an election is if you're unpopular, what you try to do is drag your opponent down to your level of unpopularity, and we're going to see a lot of that, I think, going forward.
Head-to-head between Trump and Clinton, she has a clear advantage.
She has a clear lead. In fact, Clinton does well. Trump doesn't do well against either Clinton or Sanders, but she's got a 50 to 31% lead over Trump. He fares worse than any of the Republican candidates against Clinton.
Big picture right now, going back to the state level races, governor's race, a lot of people are known within New Hampshire politics, again, common theme here, but they do need to introduce themselves to the wider electorate.
Absolutely, and it's going to be very difficult for all of the candidates for governor who are essentially unknown. Chris Sununu, the best known, largely I think on the basis of his last name, but they're going to have to do a lot just to, you know, try to get in some airtime given all of the other elections that we have going forward.
And you also polled in this sort of engagement in the primary of 2016. How did that look in terms of the ability of people here in New Hampshire to get out and get involved in the First in the Nation process?
It was actually quite high. It was numbers very similar to the 2008 primary, which I think was like an all-time peak. But we had more people saying that they were extremely interested in the primary this time around. We had about 12% who said they actually shook hands with a candidate, and this is 12% of the overall adults in the state, not just the voters. So a lot of engagement, and people think that it's really important to the state. They don't want to lose it.
All right, Dr. Andy Smith, the Wizard of Durham, thanks for joining us. Much appreciated. All right, and we'll be right back with some news and notes.